Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why I'm riding this bike. What a terrible way to intro a video. Alright, we had to move our things around a little bit before we got going. Let's get this thing started. The GSX-R 250. No, I'm sorry. It's the GSX-250R. 24 horsepower, 14 foot-pounds of torque. And I swear to God, I'm following a Hayabusa. Good luck, because they can't keep up with me. Here we go. Let's do it. Okay. It's light. I'm not gonna lie. This bike has an incredibly comfortable riding position. This tank is insanely small. Obviously, this has no adjustability in the front. I believe it has preload in the rear. But that's it. That's it. I got nothing else to say as far as technology or suspension or anything else. We are going to ride this bike and figure out why it even exists. I'm not sure, honestly, why this bike even exists. Okay, we were talking about this before. The Ninja 400 is 266 pounds, or 366 pounds, excuse me. 45 brake horsepower. And I can full throttle that almost everywhere I go. This bike is 24 horsepower. I am full throttle in fourth gear. I have no choice but to go full throttle. This bike costs $5,000. So $5,000 for this, or $53,999 for the Ninja without ABS. So $300 more, and I have a bike that's faster, more capable. Why does this bike exist? And it's also 40 pounds less, give or take, than this. If this bike was $4,000, now we have a different conversation, honestly. Because at $4,000, this bike has something different. Full throttle. Full throttle. Full throttle. Full throttle. Honestly, if this was $4,000, I would buy one right now. Because it, obviously, you can see, I can do 60 mile an hour. I'm only doing, what, 6,500 RPMs? I mean, there's nothing wrong with this bike. It's just, it's overpriced for the competition. I mean, the R3 is this money, and it's a faster bike. This bike is overpriced. And you can't tell me Suzuki can't make it cheaper. You can't. Because they've made tens of thousands of these things, and they could be a cheaper bike. And it should be a cheaper bike. I'm gonna have to downshift because I'm gonna run out of power. Full throttle. Nope, I can't keep up with the booster. About 70, I think, 75 maybe. That was it. That's all this thing had. That's it. I was legit full throttle on this bike. Now granted, yes, I weigh 220 pounds. I'm heavier than the normal person that would be riding this bike. But nothing. Oh God. Oh, this motorcycle. Full throttle. Full throttle. Put this in perspective. Let's think about this. Alright, I have a child who wants to learn to ride. Would I put him on this and have him start? Maybe. Maybe. If it was $4,000. I guess it always comes back to that for me. This bike should not be $5 grand. This bike should be $4,000. If this bike was $3,999, then I would honestly look at you and say, you're going to learn to ride? Buy this. It's $4 grand. Buy this, learn to ride well, and then move up to a bigger bike. Because you will. Even if you buy a Ninja 400, you're still going to get a bigger bike later. But if you buy this and you learn how to ride this well, nah, you have no problems. You could ride this. And you could really, decent ride this full throttle. Like I am right now. In tuck. And you're good. Absolutely, you're good. There's nothing wrong with this bike if it was $4 grand. Nothing. In fact, if this bike is $4,000, this is great for a starter bike. I just wouldn't pay $5 grand for it. It's that simple. I can putt around at, in 6th gear at 6,000 RPMs, have no power, and just cruise. I can go to work. I could do whatever I wanted on this bike. I'd like to say that there is an RPM range where it actually delivers power, but there isn't. I mean, not really. It's just consistent, slow power delivery. That's it. Consistent, slow power delivery. And that's great for a beginner. Great for a beginner. But not for $5,000. So Suzuki? Suzuki, make this bike $3,999, and I'll buy one. That's it. Make it $3,999, and I'll buy one. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you are. Suzuki GSX-250R. Absolute blast to ride. It was fun. Just needs to be cheaper. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the ride always.